Hey everybody, welcome to the Post Point Podcast, our Anything and Everything podcast. I'm Braden.
And I'm Sam.
And today we're going to be talking about what it's like to be a Running Start student at Pierce College. So, Sammy, what are your thoughts on this, being a current Running Start student?
Right. Well, I think there's kind of a lot of us out there on campus right now. And so I don't feel very unique, but people will still think that it's really cool that I'm at Running Start right now. And I guess it is because it can be difficult sometimes since you're in a class meant for adults. And like sometimes professors might not take you seriously because you are a teenager, and I think that can be frustrating, especially when like you work really hard for it. To get a good grade.
Definitely. Do you play sports?
I do play basketball, but it's not for the school.
Oh, okay.
For the school.
Yeah, because I was a Running Start student for 2 years, and managing between coming to classes here and then going back to the high school to go travel for sports or play sports, it was definitely a lot to handle. But I enjoyed Running Start as well. I think it's a great program to have. And like you said, it is fairly popular here at Pierce. It's definitely growing a lot. And I think it's probably more just financially wise. It helps people a lot to save money when they're going to university or whatever it might be. So
that's how I decided, is because not only would I finish school early, but I would also be saving money. And who doesn't want to save money?
Yeah.
when you feel like you can do it, you just go for it. I mean, like, it was scary to decide, but once I did, I felt like it was the right decision.
Yeah.
But you were talking about how you have to travel to high school and to college back again. I do have to do that because I take one class at the high school, and it is like absolutely frustrating because there is like a completely different environment at high school than there is at college.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Like, you kind of have to get into like the college kind of mood, which is like sit in the back, don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And then, did I say college? I meant high school.
You say college, yeah.
I said college. Okay. I meant in, like, you have to, like, there's the high school atmosphere where you kind of just sit in the back. You don't talk to anybody. You just, like...
Yeah.
Because you're only there for 1 hour, so nobody really knows you. At least that's how it is for me. And then at college is where, like, all my friends are. And so that's when it's more of an open atmosphere, at least how I do it.
For me, it was the opposite. I had one class at high school as well, and, like... every time I'd go to Running Start, I think there was only 2 classes that I actually had friends in that, like, I knew from my high school. The rest of it was all, like, meet new people.
Right.
And a lot of the time, I would just sit. My first quarter, I had 3 classes, so I kind of would get to know people for that because I didn't want to be here for 3 hours and not know people.
Right.
But, like, whenever I'd come for just one class, I was like, I don't really care to, like, meet people. Like, I'd meet whoever's like right next to me, and that was it. So like I'd have them to talk to, but then I'd go back to high school and I'd goof around and be on my phone and hang out with friends because like Eatonville was such a small high school that like I knew everybody.
Yeah. I've heard that Eatonville is a pretty small.
Yeah, we only had 600 kids in our whole school.
Yeah,
so,
pretty
like,
small, really close.
Yeah. So it was like you'd go back and everybody would know you, and like if you showed up late, like I don't know, they didn't really care. They knew you were at Running Start, so we just did whatever we wanted. But like here, I'd always be really quiet, and like, I mean, sometimes I'd just like be on my laptop editing photos or something, but I'd be at the back of the class here, and I just got by,
Yeah. So do you think it was hard for you to transfer from from high school to Running Start?
It wasn't that hard of a transfer. It was just kind of like looking at it in the long run, I didn't realize what it would do in the sense of like friendships and stuff. Because like just transferring into Pierce, I was real nervous at first, obviously, but like classes were not that much harder, I didn't think. But like not being at high school for those 2 years, I kind of lost a lot of the friends that I was close with because I wasn't there really. I was just there for one class.
Yeah.
And I definitely noticed that separation. But I think in the long run, class-wise and everything, ended up being worth it anyways. I didn't think it was too hard.
Yeah.
How have you felt about it?
Me? So I was homeschooled for middle school, and then when I went to high school, it was like a weird change.
Yeah.
And I didn't have many friends there, but like if I did, it was like acquaintances.
Yeah.
Like, I would say hi, and they would say hi, and then we would talk about school.
Yeah.
That's about it. Maybe life. So I was super excited to come to college because that's what had been my plan from basically the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But like deciding to do it was so scary.
Yeah.
In the moment, it was scary because I mean thinking about like adults being in a classroom with me, and then like professors who obviously will have more expectations than you than a high school student,
for sure.
than a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Gosh, words, love it. So I think I was more nervous than I needed to be.
Yeah.
And if you like care about school, then it's not that hard of a transfer. Especially if you take I took like super easy classes first quarter. Because I was like, I have to like get used to this area and like the expectations too.
Yeah.
And like during the first quarter, it was actually kind of hard for me. Like even though there were super easy classes, I was like, now I look back, I'm like, those were easy. But in the moment, I was like, oh my gosh, everything has to be perfect because it's college, right?
I took harder classes in my first quarter because I took like Spanish 121 and English 101.
English 101 is fun.
Which English 101 I thought was going to be easy, but the professor I had, like, it wasn't necessarily hard, it was just a lot of work. Like, we had an essay every week, and every week it was either a 1 to 2 page essay or up to like a 12-page essay. So like it started out like we'd write 2 weeks would be like 2-page essays, but then the third week we'd transfer it to a 6-page essay, and then like they did that every 3 weeks. So by the end of it, we ended up writing like almost 12 essays, and I was like, this is a lot of work.
That does sound hard.
So that was not very fun. That was like the lowest grade.
There's unpleasant surprises.
Yeah, there
with
is.
The professors, because in high school, like most of them are pretty similar. There's of course they have like the hard ones and the easygoing ones, but they're all like
baseline, same, like teach kind of the same,
but professors here can be like wildly different because they can, like they have the ability to, and I find that interesting about being a Running Start student because you notice that like adults are like whatever, it's college, but like for a kid who just came from high school, you notice that and you're like, holy cow, some professors here are wild. Like they're insane.
Like I had for English 102, my professor, we only wrote like 3 essays the whole quarter, and there was like a 4-page, 4-page, and 12-page, and I was like, oh, that's easy, like way easier.
But then like a lot of your grade is on those essays too.
It is, So like, but as long as you complete them,
you're than like doing all of those essays.
So no, it's definitely crazy, like the difference in work between professors. But I don't know. I didn't take any AP classes in high school, so I don't know like to compare AP to Running Start. But like some people say AP is like can be harder.
So for me, I took one AP class in high school, and it was biology.
Oh, okay.
And the teacher gave up on the students the first week. So she would give us work, but she wouldn't really tell us anything. And she was like, none of you are going to pass the test anyway, so I'm not even going to teach you. Like, that's literally, basically, that was her demeanor and everything. And so I think, like, from my one AP class, I prefer college classes to AP. Because a lot of professors here do care about your grade and how you're doing. You're just like, you have to ask, though.
Yeah.
You can't just sit in the back of the class. Like, high school professors will come up to you and they'll be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I've noticed that your grades seem to be, like, declining lately, but not at college.
No.
You got to go to the teacher if you feel, like, nervous about any of your...
Like, I messaged a professor, it was an online class, and I messaged a professor, and he, like, called me. Like, I don't know where he got my number, but he called me, and he was like... Can we talk about like the assignments you're missing? I feel like there's an issue with that. And I was like, there is an issue. Like, it was a submission issue, and we worked it out, and I got all the credit I deserved.
Oh, nice.
So like, as long as you talk to professors, they'll be nice to you and help you most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, sometimes
I mean,
they won't.
There's some professors who can be pretty tough.
Yeah.
But like most of the time, they're good.
Yeah.
But I think that's the same with high school teachers. I mean, there's not as different though.
Yeah.
Like, they're more similar. I
definitely enjoyed not having drama in Running Start, for me at least.
Yes.
As I wasn't I wasn't associated with people at Running Start much, so I didn't have to deal with the drama if there is any here. But like compared to high school, like, oh, that was the best. Not having to deal with people and stupid friendship drama and relationship drama and all the random stuff at high school.
Definitely. Because, like, I was there for, like, 3 periods.
Yeah.
Before I went to Running Start.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there wasn't a ton of drama since I didn't, like, speak to very many people. But then I would notice the drama from afar. And there was a lot. And then there was also, like, a lot of kissing in the hallways. You know, it's just, for me, it wasn't a very good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, Bethel is overcrowded and, like, it's trash.
Yeah, it is.
Basically.
It's just a lack of maturity in high school. Like, even, like, people that are juniors and seniors that are still at high school, like, even they don't have the maturity a lot of the time. They're just
like
wait.
Constantly cussing too.
Yeah, but like they're just like, oh, we'll just, you know, live out high school and then figure out college while we're in it, not like, well, let's get ahead kind of thing where they can like they can think they can slack for those 2 years instead of doing other stuff. So yeah, I was just glad to get out of that when I transferred to Running Start. But
yeah, I think as a Running Start student, you kind of have to think ahead. You can't just, like, be in the moment, like, high schoolers, who, like you said, just kind of drift through the high school years. You have to think about your future before you, like, even think about being a Running Start student.
Yeah, if you're not going to go to college or, like, transfer, or you're just getting a degree,
you need to know.
You need to know what you're going to do, So, like, even I didn't know exactly when I started Running Start, I was just going to do a transfer to Central, and then I ended up now going to university.
So you had like a rough
I knew the general, like, what I wanted to go into. I just didn't know how I wanted to do it.
Right.
And it still ended up working out because I have an associate's now. And so.
Right. I know exactly what I want to do here in college. That feels nice.
Yeah.
Especially as like a Running Start student, because people, when you tell other people, hey, I'm going to college and I'm 17, they'll be like, what?
Yeah.
Who is this
Especially
genius?
like other states, because some states don't really offer the program, or it's offered differently, and I'm like, oh yeah, I already graduated community college, and they're like,
wait,
how old are you? Like,
hold on. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then like people can be super impressed, and I guess that's like a pro to be a Running Start student, is like people will look at you differently if you say that you're in college right now and you're like a younger age than normal.
Yeah.
But then in the college though, like either like you're not looked at.
No,
like,
I'd say a lot of the time though you can easily find people that are Running Start students or close to your age at Pierce. Though it's like you don't have to feel segregated from like the adults to the kids kind of thing. Like people are pretty friendly and stuff.
Yeah, they are. I was talking more about like some professors who can be, and then like also working as a reporter, that can like be weird, because I had this one point where I had this interview. And this guy was all like, how old are you? And I'm like, I was 16 actually at the time. And he was like, what? And I'm like, I know, it's surprising, but can we get back to the interview?
Yeah.
Because I have to get to work.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, like having people look at your age as a job as well. Like, so overall, how do you enjoy Running Start?
Yes, absolutely. I would not change my decision for the world. I really wouldn't. I love college. But of course, people have different experiences too. Because I know some other Running Start students who actually don't like it because they don't, they're just like classes, homework, home, classes, homework, home.
You get in that repetition of it's just not as fun. But yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it as well when I did Running Start. And then now, since I'm in my third year, I mean, it's not much different, but I enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend it to others. I don't know how far of a drive it is for you, but for me, from when I was at Edenville High School coming to Running Start, it was a good like 35 to 40 minute drive.
Right.
And then I actually had to go to Fort Steilacoom last year
no.
for a quarter, and that was like a 50 to an hour drive depending on traffic.
I almost had to do that once.
But I definitely still thought it was worth it. Like, I mean, financially wise, paying the gas to drive there is still cheaper than what it would be to go to university for another 2 years. So I just looked at it in that way. But I'd recommend it even if you are out in Eatonville or wherever you're at.
Yeah, definitely. I live in Tacoma, like close to Spenway.
Okay.
It's like in the Spenway Tacoma area.
Yeah.
Like at the edge, and the ride here is about 30 minutes.
Ah, okay.
So I do have that kind of long ride, but usually what I do there is like either listen to music or like study.
Yeah.
Or like not like really study, but like I'll listen to like videos, because I take some online classes too, or hybrids. I'll just listen to videos in the car, and learn that way.
It usually passes time pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's just like, you do have to know how to drive though. If you're gonna be Running Start
it's a
know
pain to
how
not
to drive.
have a license.
because like otherwise it would just be really complicated. I mean, I guess you could, because I know.
If you live close, but to drive 30 minutes and have somebody drop you off
it's just too much.
And then pick you back up, it would be a hassle for sure.
I wouldn't want that, but I do know this one kid who's coming to Running Start this quarter who might have to do that until he passes his driver's ed test. So, I mean, people will still do it though, because I mean, it's money.
Yeah.
Like, that is a definite thing that you would want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a part of any clubs, or do you recommend joining clubs or anything?
Yes, I definitely recommend joining clubs if you're planning to be a Running Start student, because it really involves you on campus. And like, you feel at first, maybe don't do it in your first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what I did, and I was super stressed, even though I had, like, super easy classes and everything.
Yeah.
It's just, I think once you feel comfortable, or even when you don't, but like after your first quarter, like I feel like that's the limit where you need to join something or anything, just so that you can have a taste of the campus life. Because I feel like Pierce actually does provide a really good campus life here.
Yeah, I agree. They have a lot of good social events and stuff like that, so I'd recommend joining clubs too.
It's just, like, you have to work for it, though, because, I mean, if you're busy, like, if you have a job, which I do, like, if you have a job and if you have
high school
family
stuff
obligations, high school stuff.
Yeah, it can be real busy.
It can be busy, but I really think it's worth the time, and I think it's worth working for.
Yeah.
Because it really will help you. I think it will help you in your grades, too, because then you'll make friends and you'll be able to, talk to people.
Yeah.
Maybe complain a little bit. Get some of the nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. I think you have anything else? I think that's it?
I'm good.
Yeah. So, just recap, definitely would recommend going to Running Start if you have the chance. It's, in our opinions and a lot of the others here at the Post, it's definitely worth it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll be back with some more content this week, and you can like us on social media at the Puyallup Post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Check out some of the articles on our website. And we'll be back later. So talk to you guys later.
Bye.